Hello and welcome to France24's weekly music show. I'm Marjorie Hache and I'm delighted to welcome on Arts24 two members of Arizona garage rock outfit, The Darts.
Don't know why you hang around. All I do is let you down. Yeah, mama's checking out. Losers doing downtown.
Known for putting on high energy and bewitching shows, their music has featured on the soundtrack of the series Peaky Blinders. They're currently on a mammoth tour of Europe, including a number of dates here in France and Paris on October 19th. Nicole and Christina, thank you so much for being with us on Arts24.
Thank you for having us. This is such an honor. So glad to be here.
We're glad to have you. Now, as we were saying, mammoth tour, you've done the length and breadth of Europe. You've gone from Spain to Finland. How's it been going?
Oh, it's been a dream. Every day is a surprise. You know, we've seen so many. We've done this before last summer too, and so it's great to see like all the same faces coming back out and all the new faces, and every night is just a gift. It's just a gift. I love it.
And I read that you've had some of your idols come out and check you out on stage and past tours, notably author Stephen King, but others. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Oh my gosh, it's right out of the box. And as we released our very first self-produced record, Stephen King heard it on the Underground Garage channel in the U.S. and tweeted about it. And Fred Armisen, the comedian, and Drew Carey, the comedian, they come to our shows. Of course, Jello Biafra came to see us and signed us to his label and co-produced one of our records. And the Dwarves. There's been a lot of stuff. We just met Dragon in Stockholm last week. Just a lot of incredible people have come out to these shows. It's been really...
And who would be your dream? Like you'd look out in the audience and be like, oh my God, you know, who would
Probably
you...
Ty Segall.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Ty, come on out.
And now the Darts formed in 2016. For those who are discovering you today, can you tell us a little bit about how you got together and also how you picked up a French guitarist on the way?
Yeah, it's a great story. So we started off the if you will, the ashes of our last band when it dissolved. We were like, let's start the all-girl band we've always talked about. And so we've never been a band that's been like based anywhere. I happened to live in Phoenix at the time and stuff, but we've always had players that were outside of Arizona also. So the first two were in Los Angeles, and then as time evolved, we have a drummer in Chicago now. We have guitar players from Los Angeles, and now Louise from Paris. And when I moved up to Seattle, I made some good contacts there with some friends there one of whom is from Paris. And she said, oh, you need a guitar player? I have the perfect person for you. And Louise not only is our guitar player now, but also does all the artwork for the records.
And checking out this beautiful artwork for the latest Darts album, Boomerang. Now, Christina, why is it called Boomerang?
Well, that's a good question for Nicole. She decided on the name for that album. I think it's...
Yeah, it's the whole concept was that we finished our record in 2023, Snake Oil, and then immediately I still had so many songs ready to go that we went right back into the studio. So it was kind of like a boomerang.
Revolving door.
And, our label, I don't know, was thrilled about that, but that was okay.
Well, let's check out the video for your track, Pour Another. Pour Another, taken from the Darts' latest album, Boomerang, a record that tackles themes like releasing oneself from toxic habits and toxic people, amongst others, as well as making time and space for oneself. Now, this track, for example, is sobriety is a big theme. When did you decide that, is it all of you?
No, it's just me. It's just me.
When did alcohol become a hindrance?
Well, you know, I think we all struggle with things over time, but it wasn't a huge problem, but it was enough of a problem where I was like, during the pandemic, I just wanted to be healthier. I was struggling with some depression, like we all were during the pandemic, but it got really bad. Alcohol wasn't helping. Unhealthy food wasn't helping. people that were telling me the wrong things, they weren't helping. So I just got like a massive life clean out. And that was one of the things that had to go. And I've never looked back. It's kind of weird to be like a rock and roll person and walk into a bar and go, I'll have a Coca-Cola. But it works for me. And I think, frankly, a lot of people find themselves in this position after they've been on the road for years. So I feel not very alone anymore.
Yeah, and apparently Gen Z are very into being teetotal and sober. I want to talk a little bit about music economics. You're in different bands, and you've done like 100-odd dates on this tour. How does one survive financially? Because, with streaming platforms and arena tours being the ones that make money, what's your economics for this?
It's very difficult.
It's all about playing shows every single day and selling merch, selling records on tour, selling shirts, selling CDs, T-shirts. It's hard. I feel like in this day and age, artists don't really sell like millions and millions of albums anymore. Everything's easily accessible online. So it's really tough. It's tough to make a living or even make touring and being in a band financially accessible, like okay for us to do it. It's hard, but somehow
The hundreds of
it's
dates.
been working out. It's been
We have a
good.
really good agent who watches over the whole thing and makes sure that the finances make sense. We can't play every venue, we can't play every city that we want to play because we have to go to the places where the finances support it. And the thing that really drives everything is the merch sales. So selling that T-shirt, if you're watching this and you buy a T-shirt at a show, that matters so much to the band. It literally puts gas in the tank and pays for the airfare.
Yeah, it really helps.
Yeah.
Well, someone whose career has spanned close to 4 decades is French-Spanish artist Manu Chao, who's just released his first record in 17 years, Viva Tu, which is drenched in feel-good Latin sounds and tints of punk. The artist, known for his anti-globalization and anti-capitalist stance, continues to touch on hot topics like immigration. One track on this album was even composed with Kurdish refugees in Athens. Let's check out his latest single featuring 91-year-old country legend Willie Nelson. This is Heaven's Bad Day.
There is no devil to visit my heavens today. It's been a heaven's bad day, heaven's bad day, heaven's bad day. There is no devil to visit my heavens today.
Taken from Manu Chao's new album, Viva Tu, and Long May He Live. Now, despite his fame, he loves to play small venues and festivals. Manu Chao has deplored the lack of collective therapy in this world, and he believes that concerts are a place where this can happen through meeting all kinds of people from different backgrounds. Would you guys agree?
100%.
For sure.
It's our therapy too. I mean, we see people that have been watching our bands for so many times, like we can't count them, and they come and they hug us and they tell us their stories and we tell them their stories, and we have friends from all over the world now.
Yeah,
and we
just-
still stay in contact with them.
Just being on stage and giving all of your energy and mostly a lot of her music that she writes, but your energy and your musical like energy going at them, and they're coming at you the same way. The audience is giving you so much, like every night. It's like a mutual kind of like sharing of energy, release.
It's a good loop.
Yeah, good vibes. Like, it's awesome. It's really cool.
That's good. Well, someone who is trying to be vocal and political by celebrating love and female empowerment through her 7th album is pop star Katy Perry, who has just released 143, a comeback that has been met with massive backlash amongst others because she decided to work and collaborate with producer Dr. Luke, who's been accused of sexual assault. Here's the track, I'm His, He's Mine.
I can see you flirting. Why you overworking? On him like a Sunday. Go and get your own man. Thinking that we're over. We only getting closer. You're peeping in his DMs. I'm sleeping in his sweatpants. We could be fine. Don't even try. Don't you try. Go away.
Katy Perry there, who's just received a Vanguard Award at the MTV Music Awards in honor of her pop career at large. Now, we were talking about playing small venues, thousands of them. If someone came up to you and said, would you play a support role for a Katy Perry or a Taylor Swift tour, would you be up for that? Like playing a big venue like that, is that something you'd feel up to?
I'm not going to say no to that.
But yeah, no. It's so hard as like a musician to support yourself and not have to work and support yourself and tour. So selling out, it's hard, it's hard because it would be fun to play giant shows and not have to go back to bartend the minute you get home from tour. So it's hard to say no to something like that for sure.
Oh, well,
It definitely, I think just putting ourselves in front of as many people as we can is kind of our goal, And so, if we have to, I almost don't really think about who else is going to be on the stage or on the bill or in the putting on the show. If we can connect with the people watching the show, that's the part that matters to me.
Yeah.
That's the part that matters.
Oh, well, thank you both very much for coming on Arts24. Remember to check out the Darts' new album, Boomerang, but especially check them out live. We're going to play out this week's music show with a posthumous album by Grammy-nominated avant-garde pop producer Sophie, who died in 2021. Her sound defined the current pop music we hear today, with the likes of Charli XCX crediting her for giving her the ability to straddle the mainstream charts and weird techno clubs. The eponymous album is out this week. Here's the track Exhilarate featuring Bibi Borelli.